Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome back to NEO Scavenger. Here we are, just outside, apparently what's called ZomZom's, a place to eat. Current status, drank tannin tea. Is that a medical thing? Apparently that's a medical thing, tannin tea apparently does something to you. So yeah, we're currently here. Let's find out what ZomZom's is all about, shall we? Dawn, we're currently thirsty, let's get a drink to eat. Let's get a drink. Right. As the source of the distant sounds finally comes into view, you stop in your tracks, unsure whether it's safe to continue. Ahead you see a titanic warehouse, like one of those distribution centers from before the apocalypse. There's a dull roar of ethanol generators, combined with the occasional rev of unsuppressed exhaust from the off-road vehicles. Figures seem to be milling around a low extension to the right, and the occasional ATV arrives or departs without fanfare. You don't think you've been spotted yet, this far out, though with all the activity, it's hard to tell. So we can leave ZomZom's, we can approach the warehouse. Well, we've come all this way, might as well approach the warehouse. You cautiously approach the warehouse, noting a bright sign reading, ZomZom's, a place to eat. The sign hangs over a giant garage door, which is fenced off behind tarp and barbed wire. Bright lights, welding arcs, and peculiar shadows can be seen in the fenced area, and the din of rowdy chatter echoes from within the building. A semi-trailer attached to one of the loading bays acts like a makeshift gate and headway into the warehouse. Ragged-looking figures line up alongside the trailer, watched over by armed mercenaries. It looks more like a club than anything else, except for that tarp area. Just then, your stomach sinks when you realize there's a truck on the other side, offloading prisoners or slaves of some sort. Fighting back panic, you reason that showing fear now might mark you as a target, and try not to break your stride. Mercifully, nobody seems to care. They give you a lot of options to back out here. Approach the line. While in line, you feel a flutter of anxiety each time the line advances. With each step, you try to catch a glance of what's through the doorway in the trailer, but you still can't tell. Most of the people in line are ragtag looking, wearing mismatched clothes and stinking of sweat. Some confused, others bored. The guards are better groomed by comparison, though you suspect they'd just as soon murder you for your clothes if they weren't being paid. Up a few wooden plank steps, you step inside a semi-trailer and hollow sounds of a crowd echo down from the corridor from the warehouse. To your right is a chipboard and mesh booth. Where an attendant is collecting fees and weapons and stamping people before they walk down the trailer into the warehouse. Stock or spectator, the attendant drones, looking disinterestedly past you. Huh. Never mind, she exhales, stamping your hand with a symbol and number, and nods to the grizzly merc who checks you for weapons. You receive a chit for your confiscated items and are ushered down the trailer. You hear a man behind you answer spectator to the assistant, before pantsing into a wall or sound behind the warehouse proper. Okay. So I've been labeled as stock, perhaps. Inside, it's one part super club, one part gladiator pit. A wall of sound assaults your ears as you cross the threshold. Part human cacophony, part generator exhaust, mostly frenetic industrial music, and the smell of food and smoke. You can't hear it over the noise, but you can feel your stomach rumble at the smell of sweet barbecue. The cavernous warehouse is dominated by a dirt-floored arena with high mesh walls. Spectators ring the pit on the three sides, the fourth reserved for a large garage door leading outside to tarp-fenced courtyard. Beyond the door you catch the flash of welding arcs, where it appears scrapyard robots have been prepped. And opposite the garage door, the thing you really care about right now, a wide booth, grills spewing sweet and spicy smoke into the rafters above. People clamor to get at it, and walk away with their prize smeared over their hands and lips like barbecue. Oh, I ate ZomZom's barbecue. Whatever, you wade through dirty patrons, intent on manhandling some ribs or beans or rice, or whatever they've got cooking over there. Who knows how long you've been in a cryo? How long it's been since you've had a hot meal? Not that long, actually. Pressing your way through this final wall of hungry patrons, you get an elbow on the counter and desperately try to make eye contact with one of the servers. A few eternal minutes later, one of the apron-clad flute slingers glances at you, and you nod like an excited dog. He reaches into a smoker box, withdraws a loaded skewer, and places it in your hand. Sweet, succulent barbecue. Savoring it at first, you start to grow paranoid that it'll be snatched from your hands, and you bear down on it with renewed fervor, huddling with it against your lips, as you absently walk away from the grill. This meat, it's good, like fully developed veal, not young, but not yet beef. Yes, very definitely like that. Not like any other meat you've tasted. In fact, it's so much so that you think no person with a palate of ordinary, normal sensitiveness could distinguish it from veal. It is good, mild good meat with no other sharply defined or highly characteristic taste, such as, for instance, goat, high game, or pork have. The steak is slightly tougher than prime veal, a little stringy. Okay, I know what prime veal tastes like, okay. But not too tough or stringy to be slightly agreeably edible. The roast is tender, and in colour and texture and smell as well as taste, strengthens you with certainty that all the meats you habitually know, veal is the one meat to which this meat is accurately comparable. I'm eating human, aren't I? Just then, an announcer pipes up, that same oscillating voice every strip club DJ seems to have. He starts hyping the crowd. "Can you count, suckers?" He shouts. Patrons start getting back. "I said, can you count, suckers?" On cue, a testosterone-fueled wave of shouts comes from the floor. "Raise those numbers," he calls, with expectation, and everybody raises their fists in unison. Music changes, lights switch to UV, and numbers appear on all the wall, stamped in your hands. Your heart starts to race as you realize what's happening. Looking around, everyone has a stamp, but most of them don't look like yours. Everyone has numbers, but it's clear now what the symbols are. Most patrons have silhouettes of vultures next to their numbers. You look down at your hand. Yours is a lamb. The announcer calls a number, a low number. You feel a bit nauseous, but also relieved. You raise your hand, nearby patrons looking suddenly, then quickly losing interest in it. A scream of protest erupts from the far side of the arena. Everyone nearby looks across, where a commotion is starting. A man is hoisted into the air like a crowd surfer at a concert and propelled to the arena gate. Patrons claw at the remainder of his barbecue from his flailing hands, fighting over it like dogs. The guards wrangle the struggling men and toss him into the dirt floor of the arena as the gate is sealed behind him. The winner, the filthy, weak and confused-looking human, as he climbs to his feet, a clacking and squeaking sound crescendos from the opposite side of the arena. Cheers start erupting through the warehouse as the source of noise rolls into the arena through the garage door. The bot, the little more than a heavy traded ring of barbed spikes, a haphazardly hung LED ticker sits atop its mast, flickering the words "Morning Star," confirming your suspicions as to its nature. Without pausing, the bot starts to close in on the human, who, to his credit, has given up rattling the gate and is now facing the more immediate danger. He starts circling left, leading the bot to one side of the pit, then dashes right as fast as he can, bypassing the bot. This buys him a few seconds, as the bot spins in place on its treads, but he ends up in the same situation on the reverse side of the arena. This continues for a few laps, with the human visibly wearing down. Perhaps realizing his error, he switches tactics and leads the robot towards a support column and allows it to get close before ducking behind it. The bot starts turning in place, the tread gets hooked on the pillar, and for a moment, it appears to be stuck. You can sense the tingle of hope in the man as he watches the bot rock to and fro for several seconds. However, the bot's rocking eventually frees it, and it turns to face him again. Crestfallen, the man returns to his original strategy of dodging the robot like a bullfighter, ever more slowly each pass. It doesn't take long for the robot to wear down its already weakened play, and it scores its first hit, trampling his leg under treads. The man's cry of pain is lost in a wave of cheering from the crowd as the robot backs up. The man hardly has time to limp before it rams him again, this time following through and impaling him against the wall. Drunk with bloodlust, the crowd is now screaming as the robot backs away once more from the streaming, bleeding man. The bot rams against the wall one more time and backs away, this time with a human stuck on its spikes. The crowd cries out in ecstasy, which eventually simmers down to rabble as the arena service personnel remove the entrails. Your mouth agape, you suddenly feel a wave of nausea. You begin looking around, panicked. Rub off the stamp, try to leave. Rub off the stamp? I do have money, okay. Money is an item you have. The money seems to carry on, okay, good. You look down at your hands, then glance at the crowd. Holding your hands low, you start rubbing at the stamp, trying to remove the identifier. Word is, you've got a good medical plan. The voice startles you, even amidst the shouting crowd, and you turn to find a young man with an old face. He looks to be of Asian descent, with hair like a mop, big aviator glasses, and an improbably white fur coat. You don't think they've thought of that? He visibly amused. Dude, lambs die in the pit, vultures watch. What do you think happens to guys with no number? His hand starts circling his stomach in mock hunger. Barbecue. He laughs madly. This guy may be insane. Then it occurs to you, and the nausea comes back. Dude, let's get out of here, he says. I don't want you puking on my coat. He turns away and starts weaving towards the garage door. Dizzy with sickness, you stumble after him, placing a hand on his shoulder for stability. No. Quickly turns and removes your hand. Here. He hands you something to a patron that says something to him, then places your hand on the patron's shoulder instead. The three of you make your way towards the garage door. This exchange just keeps getting more bizarre. Arriving at the massive doorway, the patron moves your hand, collects his fee, and heads back into the crowd. You stare after him in confusion for a moment, the nausea slowly abating, and you pivot back to the fur coat guy weakly. Out in the robot prep yard, mechanics are tending to their creations. Your companion stops alongside a tall robot reminiscent of a farm combine. You shudder to think what it does to human with those blades. But then again, something inside moves. Crawling out of the feeder house behind the blades is a mechanic, who looks around and, satisfied, waves another out. The second looks more like one of the patrons than a mechanic, starved and scared. The pair skulk along the fence line and disappear out of sight. The fur coat guy leans back to you with a proud yet devious grin on his face. The Stoat is pleased to make your acquaintance. Now about that medical plan. He suggestively taps his wrist. Give him the bracelet? Just give him the info about that trade. Oh, a counteroffer, says Stoat. Okay, tell you what, I got a thing. Some place that needs certain items liberated. He makes air quotes. You trade the bracelet, I'll let you into the hall. Here's what's up. Camp Grayling, you heard of it, right? Big old military base somewhere in Michigan? No? Guess you have to be in certain circles. He flicks something invisible from his coat. All sorts of rumors about the place. But one thing that's sure, it's full of tech and no one's to tinker with it. Meanwhile, he looks at the combine bot, producing a hollow ring. Sucks, right? Your part is simple. He places a hand on your shoulder. Maybe you've seen a bot around here. Tall, thin fellow, 6 legs, mauling some guy? That's the one. Well, wherever he came from, there's gotta be more. And if I'm with this farm machinery, imagine what I could do with old Spidey molars. He mimes an explosion while puffing up his cheeks. But, Stoat waves a finger at nothing, I don't expect you to pilot these babies out of there. What I need you to do is get inside the base and bring back everything you can find on them. Schematics, blueprints, test data, the more the better. But be warned, it's a death machine nest. You think these are brutal? Stoat gestures around the prep yard. Drunk, angry teenagers compared to trained assassins. In return, he says, scratching his chin, I'm thinking the power structure will be shifting a bit around here. And you will be one of the IOU variety. He points at your chest. So, deal of a lifetime, dude. That's gonna get me killed, isn't it? It's gonna get me killed. What the hey? Nice. He extends a hand. You meet it with yours. Okay, like I said, it's a death machine nest. But I've got some goodies for that. Let's say it's an advanced payment. Or a signing bonus. Either way. Step 1. He says, counting out with a finger. That bracelet. Still need me some cryogonus after all. Just give him the info. Unsure whether you want to give up the strat, you self-consciously fidget with it about it, then read it over once more. Instead you decide to share the facility address, but keep the name to yourself. Smart, he says, tapping the side of his head with his index finger. You're a smart dude. Tell you what. He starts unlatching a flight case near the combine bot. An array of electronic parts and gadgets fill the case. Scanning his hand across a range of parts, he selects one and closes the case again. Here. He hands you some sort of measuring device. It'll keep you healthy. Remember it when you get there. What did I get? I got the blackout box with antennae and LCD readouts on it. Oh great, I had none of my weapons on me. Brilliant. As for me, I may have to check into your fancy clinic soon. I think I'm coming down with a little something. He fake coughs and clears his throat, grinning. Step 2, get inside. The goodish baddest news is that your new toy will help, but you'll likely need to supplement with tricks of your own. Nobody's come back from there. The rumor has it some protesters managed to embarrass the brass at Grayling back in the day. You probably have to rummage through some old newspaper stories to verify that, though. Right, okay. Anyway, that's step 2. Figure out how to get in. Step 3, find schematics, and it's somewhere convenient for personnel to get to day and night. Step 4, test data, downloaded off the control tower using this. He hands you a small flash drive. Plug and play, easy. Step 5, bring it all to me. Got it? He looks over your shoulder. Oh, also, you probably want these back. In return, you see a familiar face from the front gate. She drops a lockbox with your checked items. A lockbox containing a travois. You cast a glance back at the Stoat, and he shrugs. What? I can't do this alone. Your safest bet is to go along the fence where they want. He thumbs over his shoulder, indicating the route the mechanic and the patron followed, unless you're still hungry. He laughs, mocking a vomiting motion. See you around, dude. Calls over his shoulder, walking back to the warehouse. Stoat's friend waits as you gather your things from the lockbox. Better make sure you empty that locker while you have the chance. Once ready, you head along the fence and return to the wastelands, towards a higher measure of normality. Okay, so the confiscated items. Stoat's flash drive. Okay, so let's grab the flash drive. Let's empty this out. That goes into my back. That goes onto my bag there. I'm taking that with me. I need to put you somewhere. Where am I going to put you? Ideally, I want to put you on my person, so that I don't have to carry my travois in there with me. Alright. What can I... Okay, hang on, let's see. Boom, that. There, and there. Okay. Because if I'm going to a facility, I don't want to carry this into the facility with me. Anyway, so where am I going? Is there a map somewhere? Is there a way to... Okay. Camp Grading's all the way up. Okay, fair enough. So, I'm heading up to Camp Grading now, apparently. And have to figure out... find news stories about, hopefully, how they managed to fool the people at Grayling. Let's do some scavenging while we're at it. Boom. What do you get here? Rise of Xinhua. Last week's insurrection in China, blah 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 blah. Kind of irrelevant. You I want, though. I want you. Apparently you count as a container for heating up water and stuff. So you are definitely coming with me. You count as a fireproof, waterproof container. It's not as good as a metal saucepan, but it's better than nothing. What do you get here? You got a game of drones. Here we go. That was convenient. To support the growing role of unmanned aerial vehicles in the US military, Camp Grayling will be expanding its UAV maintenance operation facilities. Planned construction includes 3 new hangars, an array of 8 landing pads, and a refueling pipeline, all connected via short-length runways. Facilities for support personnel are also in the works. Local engineering firm Stansted Automated has been contracted to install optical and radio registration system for automated vehicle guidance. The system will be the first of its kind, allowing both ground and aerial-based unmanned vehicles to navigate the facility without human oversight. Brilliant. Right, let's carry on, head up. Okay, what do we got here? Cargo pants, shirt, first aid kit, shift. Nothing major, really. We do have an empty backpack here. Okay. If you have an empty backpack, let me just take the backpack in hand. It'll be more useful, I think, to have you here. Hang on. If I do that there, that there, that there, then I can put loads of stuff into the backpack here. Mainly for monetary purposes. First aid kit, that first aid kit box is kind of valuable, isn't it? So you can put that there. So that can go back in there. Right, okay. You're almost running out. You're at 1.2%. Which means, like, are you pretty much done at this point? Yeah, 0.2%. Okay, so I'm going to get one more use out of that lighter. The camp here? I must have camped with loads of ashes. I must have camped here before. Let's keep going. Ah, hang on. Take cover. Better find out. It's a deer. Can it see me? I'm invisible, okay. He can in fact see me. Honestly, just move. I'll advance into cover, but yeah, he's retreating. Fair enough. Okay. Red, I'm not sure about. I did read that blue berries are always safe to eat. Blueberries are safe to eat. Red, however, is not the case. Abandoned office tower. Let's finish you off then. Yeah, you're done. Okay, some more clean rags. Some more water. Some more string. Right, okay. And I'm burdened, am I? I am burdened. Anyways, I want to make a move back to ATN Enclave. Well, good. We'll stop at the ATN Enclave. Oh. I'm thirsty. Irrelevant. Run. Run from the dogman. I'm hungry as well. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. The camp's there as well, wasn't it? I was camping there. So if I go here, I'll hide tracks here. Hide tracks here. Here. Hide tracks. What's around here? Ashes. Okay. Let's move up. Hi, sit down for a meal. Boom. Nice. Yep. Good. You can browse the trading post as well. Oh, sorry. I forgot it's this thing. Right, okay. So. Pistol rounds. Rifle rounds. Rifle rounds. Smudge stick. Some more meat. Half a pair of binoculars. Would be interesting, actually, to grab a half pair of binoculars. Would not be a bad idea. Yeah, let's trade. What can you? What did you get for trading? We got pretty much that was for trading. We go boom. That's for trading. Those aren't for trading. Oh, I see. Okay, do that. Hang on, let me quickly just mess around with this then. Luckily, like, costs are so natural, it makes no difference. Put that in there. Good. I want to get the binoculars as well. Let us sterilize the water here. Can we sell unsterilized water? Oh, all this water is already is sterilized, apparently. Okay. Yeah, all this water is sterilized already. It's a good way of checking, actually, if your water is safe. Checking that your water is safe. Just go, yeah, sterilized water, all of it. It's good to know. Corn cola. Some ketchup. You can have that. A lot of water there. Some tannin tea. A shiv. You can have the shiv. I'll have to clean the dirty rags. Okay, so, if we're going to get some stuff, we need to grab half pair of binoculars. And do you want to grab some food as well while we're at it? I can make the squirrel skirt by myself easily enough, so I don't have to worry about that too badly. I'll get some food on me. Get some food. Some more tannin tea in the bottle there. And what can we make with hide? He's got 5 hides here. We sold the hide we had. Okay. Patchwork quilt we sold off as well. You haven't really got bullets. You haven't got a gun that these bullets can go into. Wow. Full metal jacket pistol rounds are $50 a bullet. All bullets are $50 a bullet. Crazy. That must be worth a lot of money. Yep, it is. It's worth a lot of money. Yep. You're worth, what, it's $3 for an arrow and $50 for a bullet. The lighter is in good condition. That. Okay, so we got what we came for. I mean, you don't need to buy anything else at the moment, necessarily. Medication would be good, but I don't think we're going to get any of that. That's fine. Let's leave the village. Head back there, let's camp there, shall we? We'll camp there and we'll call it a night. Craft a tarp. Craft a noise trap. Craft a small campfire. Stoke the campfire. And what I want to do is I want to start getting like clean rags boiled. See, I can. Oh, I can use the bottle for that. With short. No, hang on. Wait. Whoa. I thought I could give this a clean. Hang on. Trapping, water, fire. Here you go. Clean rags, boiled. It breaks. It does in fact break the bottle though. Right. Let's not use the bottle. Let's use. Can we use the can? That's kind of why we got the can in the first place. Where's the can? Where is the can? It's in the make restaurant. Derp. We're okay for water, and we're okay for rags, so we're not going to bother with that at the moment. Camp out here. Let's put that tarp in there. Put the noise in there. Put the fire in there. So we can now spend the night if we so choose. Right, then. Are you ready to spend the night? Are you going to spend the night here? Is that what we're going to be doing? I think so. Sleep. Wow. Woke up in the middle of the night. How about that? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to call a video now. Then during the night we're going to during the night I'm going to basically do a lot of like cooking and making, cleaning the rags and stuff like that, and preparing ourselves, because I suspect we are going to get pummeled a lot when we get to Camp Grayling. But that will be next time, and we'll see you then. Bye.